So welcome everyone. Happy Friday and welcome back after our week off. And we will begin um, with our legs folded. And let's start. Settle in. So we'll just begin with our legs folded, hands just resting gently in your lap. And close your eyes. Settling in and balancing your weight evenly. Pulling up with the breath, lengthening up through to the very top of the crown. As we ground with the root, relaxing our shoulders, relax your face, softening in your temples, quieting your mind, and just focus on your breath. Breathing in relaxation, exhaling out tension. Just move with the ebb and flow of that breath. So that your inhalation will be deep and the exhalation long. And your next breath in, let's just lift the left hand, pressing it to the very center of your heart, middle of the chest. And that right hand can cup your belly. Breathe in and feel how your heart lifts, opens, fills that hand with the heart. On your exhalation, release from your belly and let go of all. And we'll just continue to move in and out with the breath. Very nice. And your next breath in, lift up, open that heart. Then exhale, and let's just drop our hands to rest on our knees. Circle forward with your shoulders. Exhale, rolling back. Just move with the breath. Massage your shoulder blades with this movement. And then softly circle forward with your shoulders and breathe. Good. And then just sink down and drop the chin forward. Let your head hang heavy and relaxed. Open up through the back of the neck. And if you can just gently sway your head to the right side. Good. And then move through the middle over to the left side. And again towards the right side. Circle it back, open your throat. Let the head just roll gently, effortlessly. Good. And just bring it around in the opposite direction. Coming back up to the middle. And whoever joined on last, I think it might have been Kate. Thank you. It's mute. That's lovely. Thank you. Let's take a deep breath in and flow up with the arms lifting straight up. Connect the palms. Exhale your hands into your heart. Interlace the fingers. Press our hands away from us. Open through your arms. nice and long. Breathe up and lift, swaying over towards that right side. Perfect. Breathe back through the middle towards our left side. Good. Come back into the center again. Let's place the hands behind. Keep the fingers interlaced. Just rest them the back of the neck and just lean the head into the hands. Press the elbows back. Pull up through the front of the spine, lifting your nose, chin. Opening the heart, open the throat. Look up towards the sky, the ceiling. Good. On the exhalation, let's softly tuck the chin in, bring the elbows forward, and let's slowly sink down. We can roll into the spine, drop the elbows to the floor. Release the hands. Let's just walk our hands over to that right side so that our spine is directly over that right knee. So we're going diagonally and we're just doing a gentle stretch through that side. Keep the hips balanced, keep the knees pressing down, and then we'll walk across, just overlap one arm over the other to the left side, and softly reach it through, sink your head, breathe. Bring it back to the middle, and then we can slowly guide our way up, lifting our heart, perfect. And let's now come up off of the hips and buttocks onto our hands and our knees. Grounding the hands firm into the earth. Your arms are strong and straight. Knees press down into the floor beneath our hips. And we're going to just begin with a very gentle cat-cow stretch. So let's start with a sinking down with the belly, scoop the back, lift up with the tailbone, your nose, your chin. Look up and breathe. Very good. Exhale and curl in with the tailbone, tuck in with the chin, roll your spine. Good, and we'll just move with your breath. And just warming up our spine with this movement. Good. And coming back to a nice flat spine. And then we'll just walk our hands forward towards the top of the mat. And let's lower down with the elbows and forearms. And we're going to just slide the knees back slightly, just a little bit further back from beneath the hips. And just lower down with our heart, sink our head in this puppy pose. Press up with that tailbone. Feel the spine open and breathe. Very good. And then we can gently come forward. Good. And keep those hands, forearms, elbows grounded. Slide the shoulders back over the elbows, and you can just tuck that tailbone in and straighten through the body. You can keep those knees connected into the floor. If you want to go a little deeper, we can do a little half plank with pressing the toes to the floor and lifting up, straightening the legs. Good. Holding it here. Feel that core. Feel the abdominal muscles nice and strong here. Hug into the back of the spine. And we'll hold it for a count of 3 breaths. Good. Perfect. Stay focused on that breath. With your exhalation on that 3rd breath, you can soften the knees, drop them down, and let's just melt deep. Sink that belly. Good. And turn our toes out to the side. Sink down with the inside of our ankles and our heels. Press your hip bones deep. Allow your belly to just scoop down and melt to the floor. Your chin will lift, looking forward. Slowly just turn the head. Look over one side with your breath. And then ease back through the middle to the left side. And again, just each side, slow and gentle. Perfect. And back. And then bring it forward, soft gaze forward. Let's now walk or slide those feet together, pressing the tops of your feet to the floor. Sink down with those knees. Press the flesh of your thighs nice and deep, surrendering down. Allow your tailbone to tuck in and under slightly, and you'll feel a softness through that low back, some space, so that we're able to rise up with the heart lifting and looking forward. Soft gaze in the Sphinx pose. Relax your face. Holding here with your breath. And then press those hands deep. And if you wish, you can go a little further. Let's extend the arms. Rise up, lift that heart. Open into cobra. Hands will ground. Sink down with that tailbone. Rebound that energy straight up through the very front of the spine. And breathe. Relax the face. Relax the shoulders. On that exhalation, soft, gentle melt down, one vertebra at a time. Sink those elbows and now bring that right arm forward. So your forearm, elbow, hand will run along the top of the mat. So it's parallel to the top of your mat. With that left arm, you're going to bend with the left knee and reach behind. And we're just going to softly give that foot a little pull inward. So we're stretching through the top of our left thigh, and we're also going to look over our shoulder with a gentle twist through the upper half of our spine. Good. Exhale and let it go. Soft and gentle. Bring that left arm now parallel to the top of the mat. Press it down. Bend the right knee, reach behind with your right hand. Press in with the foot. Stretch through the top of the thigh. Turn and twist. Look over your shoulder. Good. Exhale, let it go. Bring it back. Perfect. Press our hands deep into the earth beneath our shoulders and press your toes into the floor. And from here, we're going to rise up. Use the strength of your arms, lifting the heart. And you can bend the knees if you need to, but we're going to ease up and meet here in a nice downward dog as we lift the tailbone, positioning your feet together, grounding the heels, straightening through your legs. Allow your head to just drop between the arms. Spine is strong and straight. Pull up with the tailbone, press down with the heart. Breathe through the back of your legs. Open. And from here, we can do just a little gentle pedaling out, so we could soften one knee and then the other. So we're exhaling deep with each heel as we just do a gentle rotation with the bending of the knee, each side. Good. And then let's stop and bring down that left heel as we bend our right knee slightly, grounding with that left heel. So open up through the back of that left leg. And let's just extend our right leg out and back and upward. Very good. And then we can exhale it down, drop the foot. And now let's extend up with that left leg and opens. Three-legged dog. Good. And then we'll lower it down with our exhalation. And let's sink deep with those heels, grounding, sink our heart, let the head drop. Press up with the tailbone, long in the spine. Hands will ground and firmly root into the earth. And then from here, we're going to slowly just walk our hands towards our feet. Take your time. Good. And you can press your fingertips into the earth. Sink down with the head. You can also soften your knees here if it's easier to connect the hands to the floor, or straighten your legs if that feels okay. And from here, let's just wiggle our feet together and press our knees together. Bending the knees, lowering your hips down. Flow up with our arms. Lift your heart. Bring those arms up to either side of your head. Drop down with those hips. Lift up with your chin over your heart. Face relax. Let's hold it here in the standing squat. So I'm just going to adjust the screen so you can see me in these standing poses. So stay in that beautiful position of that standing squat, nice and open and lengthened through the sides. You're going to start feeling a nice heat beginning to build in the core into that solar plex, the Manipura chakra. Exhaling the arms out to the sides. Good. Keep those knees bent. Press up with the heart. Let's softly twist. Bring the left arm forward, right arm back. You can turn the head if you wish. Look behind. But the knees and the hips will remain squared forward. Then sweep back through the middle. And twisting right arm forward, left arm back, and look behind. Good. Bring it back to center. Flow up with those arms. Sink down with those hips. We're going to hold it here for 2 more deep breaths. Strong in that core. Doing great, everyone. Very good. On your exhalation, let's take it forward like a waterfall, dropping those hands down. Press them to our shin. Extend your arms open. Look forward and breathe. Good. Exhale, sink down. And slide the hands behind, taking hold of our calves, ankles, or heels. Lift up with the tailbone, straightening your legs, folding forward. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Let's just press our heart towards the top of our thighs, melting in. Good. You'll feel a nice release of that low back. Walking that left hand to the outside of your right ankle or calf. Pull up the right arm. So we'll bring a little twist into the forward bend, looking upward. Exhale it through. Drop that arm, bring it across to the outside of your left ankle or calf. Pull up with your left arm and breathe. And then let's softly sink it down. You can widen your stance a little bit. Let your knees soften. Allow your arms to just hang. And just give your spine a nice sweep. Good. Allow your spine to softly just sway and loosen. Bring our arms behind. Interlace the fingers. Grounding those feet. Straighten up through the legs. Lift up with your arms. Exhale and drop those arms over the head. So you're feeling a beautiful stretch, a nice pull through the back of the legs, the arms, into the shoulder blades. And here we can do one of two ways. We can rise up with a straight spine, lifting up from the crease of the hips. You can also choose to soften the knees and slowly curl up, tucking the chin in and rolling up. So ease up any way that feels right for your practice today as we lift up to standing. And let's come into, before we release our hands, let's just work through the chest and arms a bit more. So keep those fingers interlaced and then just begin to bend the elbows and lift up with your arms. The hands pull away from your back. You're going to lift the chin, look forward, rolling the shoulder blades in. And let's just hold it here and soften the knees a bit, lift up through the front of the spine, nice and strong in our arms. Good. And breathe. Perfect. And then we can relax the arms, perhaps straightening up through the legs. And just let your arms now dangle along the sides of your body. You're going to press those fingertips downward. Shoulders will line up with your hips. Ground the feet about a hip width apart. And just sink deep into this mountain. Tadasana. Strong, solid here. And breathe. You can soften your eyes. Relaxing your shoulders. Good. And just breathe it through. Beautiful. Very nice. And we'll open our eyes now. Let's transition from this grounding, solid mountain pose into our balance pose. So we'll begin with focusing our gaze somewhere in front of us, a still point, and connect with the stillness. And shifting the weight of your body over to the left leg and a softness in the right knee, just bending it. And we're going to move into our tree pose, and there's a couple different ways we can do the tree. So depending on how secure you're feeling in the tree, you can choose to place your foot to the inside of that left ankle. You can bring it further up to the inside of your left calf, or you can lift it over the knee joint and press it to the inside of the left thigh. So find what feels right. Just don't press the foot against your knee joint. So we're squaring our hips forward. Let's use that right hand to just press the knee a little further out to the side, bringing our hands to our heart. Perfect way to start. And from here, we're going to take a breath in and rise up with those arms, lifting long through the sides of your body, reaching up and breathe. Perfect. Tree pose. And then when you release, let's just connect the index finger with the thumb and lower down. Good. Open the heart. Then bring those hands back in towards the heart. Slide that foot down. Slow and gentle. Bring it back down. Perfect. Release our hands. And if you need to give that left leg a little shake and a wiggle, then do so. Grounding our feet once again. Focus on a still point. With a slow shift over to that right leg, left knee will soften. Slide the foot to the inside of the right ankle, calf, or bring it up and over the knee joint. Hips squared forward. Left knee pressing out to the side. Good. Focus on that still point. Bring your hands together. Lovely. Holding and then breathe it up. Lengthen and lift into tree. Then connecting the index finger to our thumbs, exhale those arms out to the side. Heart opens. Bring our hands into our heart. Good. Softly sliding that left foot back down, grounding the feet. If you need to give that right leg a wiggle and a shake, do so. Perfect. And now we'll widen out with our stance. So opening out the feet about a leg's length between the feet. I'm going to do a little triangle for today. So let's begin with turning the right foot out 90 degrees. Bringing our left foot in slightly. With our left hand, just softly pull that left hip back slightly. So we're just shifting the hips and the torso to face forward. And breathe your arms straight out from your shoulders. Good. Turning only your head, looking beyond your right fingertips. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, and slow and gentle, let us ease over that right leg. Very subtle, move with the breath. Good. And from here, we're going to surrender, but mindful that we're moving sideways. Drop that right hand to the knee or the shin. The left arm will come straight up. Tucking the right hip under. Turn your heart up, look beyond your fingertips. And now you can play with the edge of it and slide that right hand further down towards your ankle or foot. So we're radiating out from our core, that inner sun, that solar plex, looking up and breathe. Good. Next exhalation, let's lower that left arm to the side, over our ear, reach through the side. Perfect. And then we'll take it all the way down. Dropping that left hand and the right hand can come to either side of the right foot. You could also place it to either side of your thigh, your knee, your shin, wherever you reach is fine. Very good. And breathe it in. Pressing down with that right foot, bending the right knee directly over your heel. Good. And then from here, we're going to bring our right elbow to the very top of our right knee and just press in. And the left arm will circle back up and bring it around. Exhale and drop that left arm behind you. So the back of your left hand will rest on the right hip. You can also wiggle it around and take hold of the inside of your right thigh if that feels right. Pressing in with the elbow, allowing that trajectory of energy and movement to go to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Perfect. And then we're going to softly unwind it. Ease it back up, straightening with that right leg. And let's complete this with a reverse triangle with just simply placing our left hand to the back of our thigh. Breathe straight up with that right arm. Pull up with the heart. Arch the back. Look up and breathe. Good. So it's a nice counterbalance to that triangle. Let's drop that arm down, slow and gentle. Turn our toes forward, keeping the legs straddled with a nice gentle bounce through the knees. Good. Then turning our left foot out 90 degrees. Bring our right foot in slightly. With our right hand, just press your hip slightly over to the right. So we're squaring those hips forward and the torso. Good. And you'll feel a gentle pull into that left groin. It shouldn't be painful, but just you'll notice a little sensation calling to you, and then breathe those arms out from your shoulders straight out. Turning just the head, looking beyond your left fingertips. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling and softly easing over that left leg. Hips will move to the right. Take your time with this. And then surrender sideways. Sink down with that left hand connecting with the top of your left leg. Reach up with the right arm and play with the edge, sliding that hand down. Once you feel that alignment, you should be moving sideways. Avoid tipping your torso forward. It's not important how far down the hand reaches towards the ankle or foot. We want to stay in alignment in this pose. Tucking that left hip under, turn the head up so your nose will be plumb line with that right thumb and expanding out from your center, triangle pose. It's a beautiful posture, opening the arms, the legs, through the hips, the groin, the side of the body, and then softly reaching over the ear with that right arm. Beautiful. Keep that right hip pulled back. Good. Exhaling down. Soft surrender. You can pivot the hips slightly, placing both hands to either side of the left foot, your ankle, or your shin. Good. And just take a soft, gentle bow forward. And sink your head down. And breathe. Very good. And then let's bend with that left knee, grounding the left foot. Press it deep. Bring your left elbow to the top of your knee. Circle up with your arm. Breathe, lift. Exhale, bring that arm behind. So the back of that right hand is on the left hip, or you can take hold of the inside of the left thigh and pull back with that right shoulder. Right hip pulling back. Look over the right shoulder. On your exhalation, unwind it and lift, straightening your legs. Let's complete with that reversed triangle. Right hand to the back of your thigh, left arm lifting up, lift the heart, look up, breathe as your back arches nicely and open. Very good. Exhale and softly drop it down. Good. Turning your toes forward. Let's just soften those knees. Gentle bounce. Perfect. Let's breathe out and up with our arms, reaching up. On the exhalation, let's slowly fold forward from the crease of our hips. But we're going to stop halfway so that the torso is parallel to the floor. You're going to reach with your arms, press your hips and buttocks back, holding it here for just a couple breaths. Open up through the backs of our legs, strong with that spine. Exhaling down with our hands pressing towards the floor. And to help with your hands connecting to the floor more solidly, you can always just widen your stance just enough that the hands connect. Good. You just turn your toes in slightly and press the outer edges of the feet firm into the floor. And let's just bend our left knee. Keep that right leg straight and then move to the opposite side. Good. And we'll do one more each side. Take your time. Lovely. And come back to the center. And then we'll just flip the fingers inward, pressing your palms deep with the inside of your arms facing forward. grounding your hands. And then slowly with a breath, just rock it forward. Exhale, pull your hips back, open through the inside of your arms and wrists and the backs of the legs. And again, we'll pull forward with your breath and exhale back. Good. Let's just do one more. Forward and back. Lovely. Coming back to the center, just peel the hands up, stretching our fingers, wiggling your feet in. With your knees bent, let's just rest our elbows on our knees, interlace the fingers with a nice, slow, gentle bounce. Softening the hips, and just enjoy this bounce. I'm just going to adjust the screen again, so one moment. Wrong way. Good, and from here we're going to just softly bounce a little further down. Let's place the hands and let's see if we can move from, with our knees bent, from that standing into a squat pose. So come onto the balls of the feet, press the hands to the floor, your arms will be between your knees, and you're now in a nice squat. And let's softly just roll to the outer edge of the right foot, look over your shoulder, and a breath through the middle to the outside of the left foot. And we'll do one more for each side, just warming up those hips. Warming it up, preparing it for the squat pose, coming back to the middle, widening out with the stance. And we'll just see if we can drop those heels deep into the floor. Sink them down, sink your roots. It's okay if they're not connected to the floor. Just find your balance in the squat pose, extending the arms straight out from the heart. Bring the hands together and into your heart. Good. And just press your elbows away from you. Relaxing your face. Good. Just soften and sink your root deep and surrender. Surrendering to gravity. Take a breath. Very good. And then release the hands into the floor. Good. And let's slowly come into a seated posture any way that feels right for you. Good. And let's bring our left heel in and extend our right leg out to the side. Open. Drop down with that left knee. And with our left hand, let's reach along the outside of our right leg, taking hold of your ankle or foot. Cross the right arm over the left. Sink the head down. And breathe. Breathe through the back of the leg. Release up with that left arm. Breathe it up. Exhale. Take it behind. Good. You can rest that hand on the right hip. Pull back with your shoulder. Cleanse. Squeezing out those toxins. Good. Exhale. Let's unwind it and slide our hand up. Bending our right knee. Bring our left knee to the center. And let's just cross that right leg over our left. So we're tucking that left foot in towards our hip, straightening up through the front of the spine. You can wrap that left arm around the right knee to secure it, pulling it in towards the front of your body. And then send that right arm straight up, and we're going to move into a twist to the opposite side. Let's press down with that hand behind. Look over the right shoulder. Deepen the twist if you like by just pressing your arm against the outside of your right knee. Look over your shoulder and cleanse. Keep that spine straight, twisting upward. swirling up like the stripes on a candy cane. And then when you're ready, let it go. Soft, gentle release, unfolding. Perfect. Unfold your leg. Let's now bring that right heel in and extend our left leg open. Good, and just pressing in with our right hand, we're going to reach out to the outside of our left calf, ankle, or foot. Drape the left arm across the right. Sink your head down and release. Press that right knee into the floor. Sink the back of your left knee down as well. And breathe. Inhale and pull up with that right arm. Lift. Exhale, bring that arm behind. Back of the hand on your hip. Pull back with the shoulder. Look over the right shoulder. Cleanse. Breathe. Squeeze out those toxins. Good. On your exhalation, just slide the hand up. Bend your left knee. Bring your right knee into the center and just cross over that left leg coming over the right, grounding with that left foot into the floor. Wrap the right arm around the knee. Press in with the knee, straightening your spine, extending that left arm up. Exhale, bringing it behind you. So the arm will be straight, grounding that left hand deep. Look over your left shoulder. Bring that right arm against the left knee, pressing and twist. Cleanse, lifting upward, look over. So a lengthening and a twisting through your spine. Breathe it in. Very good. As you exhale, very slow, gentle unfolding. Bring it back to the front. Good. Perfect. Let's unfold our legs. Press the feet into the floor in front of you. Press your hands behind. And let's just softly let the knees drop from one side all the way over to the opposite side. You can bring your shoulder forward, twisting. Look over opposite shoulder to knees. Perfect. We'll come back to the middle. And let's take a breath in and lift with that left foot and leg, placing your left foot to the top of your right knee. And we're going to softly slide the hands in a bit, extend and straighten the arms. So we're lifting up with our heart. Press that left knee away from you. Feel that hip open. And if you want a little more intense sensation, you can slide that right foot in a little more as you press that left knee away. Good. Just dialing up that sensation if that feels right. Breathe. Perfect. And then we can gently slide or walk that right foot forward a bit, unfold, grounding with the left foot. And now let's lift the right foot, top of the left knee. Lift up with the heart, press the right knee away, deepening that sensation. If you want to slide that left foot in a little more, you're going to feel that direct result of that through that right hip. So find what feels good for the practice. Pull up through the front of the spine, lift the heart. Good. Take a breath. Good. And then we can let it go. Release. Drop that foot down. And let's softly extend now the legs straight out. So slide the feet forward, sink the backs of your knees. Very nice. And we're going to begin with a lifting up of the arms straight through the sides of the body, the chin over the heart. Bring the hands together. Interlace the fingers with just your index fingers pointing up. and looking forward, slowly lowering the arms down. So the arms are straight out from your shoulders. And then we'll point our toes and stretch through the tops of our feet. Shoulders will roll and curving through the top half of the spine and softly leaning back. Sinking back, finding that sweet spot. Use the strength of the abdominal muscles and core, and we're holding it here, strengthening through that core for a count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's peel up again. Lift the arms. Space those hands out. You can flex the feet once again. Toes point up, fingers up, chin over the heart. And let's hold here long and strong in the staff and breathe. Very good. Focus on your breath. Nice, deep, cleansing, clarifying breath. And let's just hold here, staff pose, for about 3 more deep sounding breaths. Very good. Lovely. Now, with our next exhalation, take it forward, sinking down, folding at the crease of the hips. We're leading with the arms. We're dropping down with our hands, taking hold of our ankles or our feet. Sink our head. And just roll those shoulders in. Good. And just breathe through your spine, deep into your low back. And breathe it in. The head soft, shoulders round, observing how the spine is opening from all sides as we melt our heart down towards the top of our thighs and breathe. Very good. And let's just hold it for 3 more breaths. Expanding that low back. Good. On your next breath, lift the head to peek over the top of your toes. Exhale out from your throat. Come to the completion of that exhalation and then take another breath in and let's rise back up to the staff. Just feel that posture reborn. Heart will open and lift. Exhale, let the arms float down. Sink your hands. Sliding those hands behind us. Press your palms deep. Arms will straighten. Point your toes. Let's move into this inclined plane. 2 ways to do this posture, so you might want to watch me for just a moment. You can keep the legs straight and the arms straight, lifting up with the hips and buttocks. Tuck the tailbone in and roll the head back. And if that's difficult for your legs and the low back, you can offer some support with just grounding the feet and keeping the knees bent, then lifting up, tucking the tailbone in and rolling the head back with the feet and the hands pressed to the floor. So either way, we can do this together. If you already lifted up, you can do a second one if you like, and let's take a breath and rise. Roll it back, and I'd like a nice big noisy, loud exhalation, releasing any remaining toxins that you're still hanging on to. Let them go from your throat. Very good. When you're ready to lower down, do so slow, gentle. Tuck the chin in. Soft landing. Good. And slide the feet in. Your wrists might need a little shaking out because we've done a lot of work, so we can do little circles. Very nice. And then we can just wrap our arms around our legs. Good. And sink the head down. A nice rock from side to side, moving with the breath. Good. And then just release your arms. And let your arms just sink down with the knees dropping to the sides with your feet connecting. And sliding your heels in. Cradling your toes with your hands. Drop the knees down. Grounding the root. Lift your heart. Chin over your heart. Feet remain connected. Lengthen up through the front of our spine. And close your eyes. And let's do a gentle circle forward with our breath. And exhale, circling back. And with this, we're massaging the hips with this gentle rotation. And we're also connecting with our root, awakening the Kundalini at the base of the spine. Let it spiral up from your root as you flow into your belly, fluid and soft. Lifting up into the solar plexus, strong and powerful. Opening the heart, let it be spacious and light. Taste the sweetness of your practice at your throat. And continue to spiral in closer, more refined as we move up along the spine from the throat, moving into our third eye, connecting with that witness consciousness. And then continue from there, moving into the stillness of our crown. To that infinite oneness, that is yoga. On your exhalation, you can softly just tip the head forward, sink the chin down into the heart. Perhaps sliding the feet out slightly. And take a bow. To bow to your practice, to yourself, to this day. Let the head hang. Elbows and forearms can give some weight into the legs. Your knees drop a little deeper. Good. And then let's slowly curl our way up with our breath. Bring our knees in, and let's bring the legs round. You can keep those knees bent, and let's just press our feet to the edge of our mat. Sinking your spine, feet grounding, let the knees drop inward, palms will turn up. Holding it here for a couple of breaths. Lovely counter pose to that cobbler. Allowing our hips a little external rotation. Good. And then we can just wiggle those feet in and stretch one leg, then the other. Coming into Shavasana. This is our relaxation. So let our toes and our fingers release and open. Sink the backs of the knees. Feel your hips and your spine begin to melt and dissolve. Shoulders soften. Your eye sockets melt. Just letting go, letting be perfect in this moment. Just as you are. Just take as long as you like relaxing here. Learn to enjoy every minute of your life. Be happy now. Don't wait for something outside of yourself to make you happy in the future. Think how really precious is the time you have to spend, whether it's at work or with your family. Every moment should be enjoyed and savored. And without disturbing your relaxation, just begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Move and stretch in any way that feels good for you today. Lifting your knees up towards your body and wrapping your arms around your legs and rock your spine from side to side. And then rolled over to one side and slowly, gently begin to ease your way up into a nice seated posture back to where we began. With our legs folded and our hands on our knees, with our palms turned up. Connecting the very tip of the index finger to the tips of your thumbs. Let your heart open. Close your eyes. Let your mind be still, clear, and breathe. Next breath in. Let's just float up with those arms. Connect the palms. Exhaling your hands to your heart and honoring your body, your mind, and your spirit. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Weekend.
You too. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alex, who is your visitor?
He's my little dog.